Hey guys, it's me Heather and I'm back with another video, and happy Vlogmas day 27, 28, 27th I believe. So I just wanted to do, I saw it going around, especially on TikTok. I see a lot of it. It's a unpopular opinions about makeup, and also unpopular opinions or opinions in general about like creators, content creators, TikTokers, YouTubers, and there were some opinions on that. So I thought, hey, I'm a creator on all those platforms, and I've been doing this for a very long time. I also am a makeup artist for a very, very long time. So I thought I'd give my little take. Again, this is all just in good fun, all in jest. So please don't be offended, or I don't think I'm going to say anything offensive, but if it is offensive, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean to offend you. I preemptively apologize. Did you like that? Okay. It's the Gemini in me. Okay, so we're just gonna get started. I apologize about the lights behind me. Okay. Unpopular opinion number 1. Shimmer on older eyelids looks bad. I mean, I understand the rule is if you have crepey, mature lids, putting shimmer up there makes it look worse. I disagree. I think it's a nice distraction. I think that putting matte doesn't create any kind of like vavoom, and so you just have like, you have something up there so people are going to look and then they're going to see the crepiness. If you have glitter or shimmer, it kind of diffuses that and the people are just seeing the glitter and the shimmer. I've done many you know, like mature makeovers or teaching people how to makeup lessons and stuff, and I'm like, don't panic, we're gonna try something. And they always love it. And you don't have to go full on bam glitter, blue glitter, but something with a little shimmer, a little shine. I think that always looks nice. I'm gonna have to hurry up because there's a bunch of these and I don't want to be rambling. Oh, here we go. Stating that mature skin shouldn't do this and don't do that in makeup. I understand the concept behind it. Of course, there are things that look better on certain, you know, like apples of the cheeks, or you know, like lining of the eye, things that look better. But I don't like the whole do's and don'ts, because it's like, if it makes you happy, do it. I don't care if you want to connect your eyebrows with blue eyeshadow, big fake lashes, red lips, if it makes you the happiest girl in the world, or boy. And that's what truly makes you beautiful, is that you love it, it makes you happy, and you enjoy it. If you're doing that because you don't know how to do your makeup, or because you are not confident and you don't like it, then that's when, you know, people can pick it apart. But if you love it, do it. Wear it. I don't care. Nobody else should care. Nobody else's opinion, as long as you're happy, should matter. Let's see. MAC never fell off. It just didn't give into free PR for influencers because they are used by actual artists. I agree with that a little bit, because I feel like MAC really didn't. They do PR for influencers, but not like in the mass. They didn't do trips and like some brands that went out of business who did a little too much too fast. MAC has always had the support of makeup artists, you know, whether it's like theatrical, special effects, bridal makeup artists. Our kits are fully loaded with MAC. I mean, that was like the thing to have, and because it works time and time again, it always works. So I feel like they were still being used that whole time by people who were professionals who were using it on a daily basis, so they were fine. But I think now the younger generation is finding MAC, because I see it on TikTok and they're like, look at this cream cup lipstick, look at this eyeliner, oh my god, look at this highlighter. And people are like, yeah, we've been using that for 20 years. I'm like, but they weren't alive. They were 20 years ago. Like, you can't be mad at people for not knowing something existed. They can't know every makeup product that was ever around. So I like seeing the youth really getting into makeup and finding stuff that I've been using for a long time and showing us new ways to use it. I really think that's fun. So I agree. MAC never fell off. Duping a palette with 4 other palettes or using $16 singles isn't helpful if you have to spend more money when you could have just got the original for free. Original palette. I agree with that, because I do see it a lot, especially on TikTok, and they'll say, you don't need this because if you have this and this and this and this, it's a dupe. I'm like, yeah, but this and this and this and this, they're $14 a piece at minimum. And then the other, I could have just bought the other palette for $40. but now I have to buy 4 things just to have the dupe. I understand a lot of the dupe videos are assuming that you have as much makeup as they do, so they just assume everybody has all these palettes or all these singles. My problem with a lot of the websites that have the singles is they'll be $13, $16 a piece. They'll say, oh, you know, you need this one and this one and this one and this one. You gotta spend $100 for free shipping or $75 for free shipping. But I just wanted the 4 for the dupe. So now I could have bought 2 of the other ones. So I do agree with that. I understand, you know, they're assuming you already had them. If you have them in your collection, these would be a dupe. I get that. But also, it's funny when it's like, don't, you know, run, don't walk. You need these for this dupe. You don't need that palette. I get it. Contouring, so I'm reading off my iPad. Contouring, full coverage, dramatic brows work far better for some people than a sheer dewy BB cream. I agree 100%. I think, again, if somebody wants to wear full coverage and lashes and do the full glam every day, and that works for them, and they're happy and they love it, amazing. If somebody doesn't want to wear any makeup or they want the neutral, clean makeup look, amazing. I think it works for some people. It doesn't work for, I can never, ever, ever do the clean makeup. My skin is just not gonna allow me to do that. And when I do makeup, it makes me happy and I feel I get to express myself. And so I want, you know, this isn't like dramatic, but I want like brows. I want usually lashes. I want some glitter. I want some shimmer. I want my cheeks to pop in with some highlighter. So that's what makes me happy. We're gonna fight on this one. Dior lip oils are just overpriced junk. Disagree, heavy disagree. I have tried the Ulta. I tried the ones from Amazon. And what other one did I try? There's another lip oil that was really popular that everybody said, oh, it's the same, it's the same. And I didn't find any of them were the same. They're all fine. There's nothing wrong with them. But I like the Dior lip oil because it gives you like the oil, obviously, but then it leaves like a nice little tint on your lips. So even as it wears away before you can reapply, it stains your lips a nice look, kind of like Benetint, but then you also have the oil, so I like it. This one's weird to me. It says, NARS blushes are not good, like capital not. I copied these off of, some of these were off of Reddit. NARS blushes are not good, like at all, like any. I totally disagree. I wear NARS. I did in my last Get Ready With Me. I use the liquid, which I love. And I just bought their holiday blush palette. Use it all the time. I've used it in my kit for years and years and years. I disagree. You can use the blushes for eyeshadows and eyeshadows for maybe blushes, highlighters. I disagree. I love NARS. So bronzing and contouring are the same. You don't need both. Negative. For contouring, see here, I don't have to contour because I have a natural shadow where I have high cheekbones. So you want that to look, contouring to look like a shadow, just to kind of create that like cheekbone. Like you want the contouring, and this looks like a shadow. There's nothing drawn there. It's just a shadow for my high cheekbones. So your contouring is to create that shadow, that more ashy tone, to give you some depth. Like if I contour my lips and stuff, it'll look like I have a shadow, so my lip looks like it's a little bit bigger. So no, it's not the same. Your bronzer is going to warm you up, give you a little bit of warmth, make you look like you've been basking in the sun without the sun damage, and just kind of make you have a little bit of a healthier glow. So no, I don't agree at all. They're not the same. Mature skin should only use cream products is giving me MLM vibes. I know exactly who they're talking about because every TikTok from a MLM says mature skin, and they call 30 and over mature, so should only wear their cream products because liquid doesn't look good on their skin, powder doesn't look good on mature skin, and I totally disagree. I think that some of these cream foundations are like good for, like, we used to use it for like theatrical makeup, if you were going to do like plays and stuff like that. That was what that was good for, cheer practice, cheer tournaments, and you want that stuff shellacked on. But now I still feel like there's better options than the cream for that. So I don't recommend those cream foundations and blushes and stuff really for anybody. The cream that I use, that I used to use in my kits all the time, that I don't use anymore, is Graftobian. You can see I used a very little bit of this one when I had a real bad cystic acne breakout and I needed to cover. So You can see this is Graftobian, way cheaper, amazing coverage, but it's thick. It's not day-to-day wear, and that's what some of these cream foundations, I'd say liquid, like foundation is great, cream blushes are great, but yeah, I don't think for mature skin it's necessary. This one's funny to me too. Liquid eyeliner is not for everyday, it's only for special occasions. I don't understand that 1%. I wear liquid eyeliner every day. And if you get one that has the real fine tip, you can barely even tell it's on there. It just makes your eyes look like, I don't do the wing. I think for my eyes, for my hooded lids, if I did that, I would have that big, thick, chunky line on my eye, and then it would be way out here, and I just feel like I'd rather just stop it here and bring my eyeshadow up. But that's silly. I don't think. Wear liquid eyeliner 24/7, not only for special occasions. Oh, here we go. This is a good one. Makeup artists on TikTok and YouTube are rude and just mad about influencers for no reason. Okay, so not to be neutral, but I can see both sides. As a makeup artist that has certain creator, and I do mostly only creating beauty content. I do very little outside work of makeup artists like freelancing anymore. But as somebody who has trained for hours and hours and hours, went to every pro makeup artist course you could take, worked for different counters, worked my way up through different counters, who busted my butt to just be able to do any kind of makeup, and to be like respected, and to get the techniques and stuff, and then have influencers come along and have no training, no like skill other than what they've taught themselves, and blow up like that and make millions of dollars. Of course you have to say, why not me? You know, like that's human nature, just to be like, why them and not me? But I can also see it as somebody who creates content. So much work goes into creating content. It's fun. You have to, you know, be able to sell yourself, sell the products to really take off. And I think especially a lot of the creators who are the most successful are like young and perky, and people like want to think that that's what they would look like with those products. They don't want to see somebody like me. They want an old person, unfortunately for me. So I can see it both ways. You feel like you're trained, you have all this knowledge, and nobody's listening to you. But as a creator, it takes a lot of work and effort, and you really have to just put in so much time and effort to take off. And I can see that too, but I do see a lot of makeup artists being very, very hateful and rude for no reason. And I'm sorry, I apologize. They're probably not going to, but I apologize for it. Giving good reviews because you like a brand, or you want free PR from that brand, so you will give good reviews. So like, this is very old. I just opened it, so but this is a 𝐂𝐭𝐬 lip gloss, and I could say this is the best lip gloss ever, even if my lips are sitting here like literally rotting off my face, because I want 𝐂𝐭𝐬 Beauty to send me PR, so I'm gonna rave about this product. It happens all the time, and people are disingenuous because they either got it for free or are not telling you. They'll say Sephora haul, and they'll show you all this stuff that was sent to them, and they'll lie to you because they want to continue to get more free PR. It happens all the time. And people give good reviews on indie brands because they know the indie brands are smaller, and they can they'll continue to send them PR. So they'll lie about, you know, how good something really is. They'll say it's the best ever, and then you'll see somebody else review it, and they're like, this is my swatch, and there's nothing there. So yes, everybody does it, but I would like to believe, like I do in every walk of life, that people are inherently good, and they come from a good place, and they're not wanting to bash brands, and they're not wanting to bash people, because there are people who just bash just to get views and drama and all that. So I like to think that people are being genuine and not deceptive on purpose. So, but it does happen, of course, people do. There's a big difference between a bad product and a product that just doesn't work for you personally, of course. So if something has a weird smell, it, you know, like is made cheaply, the packaging's cheap and it doesn't work, that's a bad product. They put something out too soon, it's just not a good quality product. If I use something and I'm like, oh, it broke up around my face. It has, you know, I'm oily and it made me more oily. They just didn't work for my skin type. Doesn't mean it's a bad product. Like the House Labs did not work for me, but the reviews on it are amazing. So it obviously is a good product. It's just not for me. So I'll just buy her other stuff. So yeah, you gotta, when people are reviewing, I like to do this. I do it on Instagram and on my blog, and try to do it here on YouTube, is if I review something and I say, you know, this is why it didn't work for me, but who it may work for. And I can say, as a makeup artist, I feel like if you have drier skin, or if you have this or that, you might like this, and these are the reasons I didn't like it. No, I don't have dry skin, so I can't say 100% it's going to be the best thing you ever used. But if it made me oily and you have dry skin, my assumption would be, common sense tells me that it probably would work better for your skin. Some of these Reddit ones, there's nothing wrong with wearing black eyeliner on your waterline. 100%. I mean, I'm wearing dark blue, like metallic blue, but I don't wear the black. I like the white or a lighter shade sometimes, but I feel like it kind of takes me back to the 80s. It's a little outdated, so using a more neutral, like a taupe, or, you know, just like a cream color, a little off-white. Using that stark white takes me back to the 80s. I feel like when the baby doll schoolgirl look was, you guys know, maybe it was 90s. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody wore that, right? Everybody was into that look. Pigmented eyeshadow is overrated. I'm assuming you mean bright eyeshadows, and I disagree. The super dewy skin, clean beauty coconut oil face is going to be the cringe trend in a few years. I disagree. I don't think there's anything wrong with having nice, glowy, healthy looking skin. Now, I mean, if it's like greasy, yes, like a coconut oil, I would assume would look more oily and greasy, but having a nice, healthy, dewy, you know, clean skin, I can't imagine that would ever be cringe. Indie brands get a lot of passives, like examples, bulky packaging, shade range, poor distribution. I think indie brands get a lot of passes because we inherently like the owners, the people who create it. So if it takes 6 months to get to us, we're just like, they're doing their best. And again, we like to believe that people are genuinely doing what if they say it's going to be released and I'm going to get it, you believe them, right? And bulky packages and shade ranges, because they are small, not everything can be perfect. And they can't have 40 shades in one palette. They have to really get it down to like that 12-pan palette, or 4-pan, or whatever, you know, 6-pan. So I think they do get passes, but I think it's because there's that human connection, you know, like we don't know. There's more of a chance that you can get to know the indie people and the creators more so than the bigger brands. So I think they get a lot of passes, as they should, because they're humans and they're trying their best. Price is not a determinant of quality. Absolutely. I mean, that Gucci eyeshadow palette was like a child's eyeshadow palette that would have been like, you know, found at Walmart or something. So yeah, no, a lot of Dior, Chanel, Gucci, their makeup brand is just poo-poo. Like, it is not good, and it is expensive. I think false eyelashes age the wearer. I do not like false lashes. I disagree. I think as we get older, you start losing your hair, you lose your brows, your hair thins, and you lose your lashes. And that's a lot of wear and tear over the years, but they thin out. And the things that that's regrowth serums and experiences I've had, they change your eye color, they change your lash line will become much darker, and it will look like you have brown eyeliner on your eyes even if you don't have anything on, so then you have to cover that with makeup. But if it's changing my eye color, I don't want to do that long term, you know. And once you stop, of course, they fall out. So it's like you have to keep up with it. So I recommend everybody to learn how to properly apply eyelashes. I think the magnetic lash thing is the best thing to ever happen, especially for people who want to play around with it. You can find some beautiful, beautiful, very natural lashes. Just play with it. Just play with it. Like, if you miss it the first 10 times, I promise you'll get it, and it will give you a beautiful look. Many mother of the brides, grandmother of the brides wanted lashes, but they weren't going to go to a salon and pay somebody $25 to do them. So I did them, much cheaper. And they looked beautiful and they loved it. And I would take pictures on their phones for them of what the product was. I'd also give them the boxes because obviously I'm not going to reuse them. But they love them. So do not be scared. Play with them, play with them. Practice, practice, practice. Bright ass neon rainbow palettes are not much more interesting than basic neutral palettes. I agree, because if you don't love brights, you're not going to buy it. That's boring. That you're not going to waste your money. That's literally stupid, right? To buy something you're not going to wear. And basic palettes are boring to people who love bright. Yeah. If you don't like glitter, boring. If you love glitter, best thing to ever be. I agree. I mean, we love what we love, and that's okay. Doesn't make one better than the other. Cream products will blend completely fine over powder. I have been saying this since I started my blog. I have been doing tutorials and like get ready with me, cream over powder. I use Bare Minerals foundation a lot, and I will still put my cream products over top, and it's fine. I know Patrick Ta has made it kind of popular on TikTok, and people are freaking out, and they're like, we have to try that, and we have to. And he's a makeup artist, so he's just using his tips in his videos, and people who weren't born or weren't into makeup, because I know a lot of us just did the basic, you know, makeup, and now it's like there's all this different stuff, and so he's just sharing his knowledge, and it's coming to TikTok, and people are learning from it, which is awesome. But yes, cream over powder is perfectly fine. The idea that makeup has to be work appropriate and professional is dumb and rooted in slut shaming, and I'm gonna have to say I agree, because as somebody who's always loved makeup, usually had bleach blonde hair, certain generations have a lot to say if I wore red, or I loved hot pink lips, blue eyeshadow, glitter, always, and there was always something to be said. I can 100% believe that that's why a lot of women don't like to wear makeup or bright makeup or red lips or red nails, or, you know, is because they have been shamed in some way or made fun of, or women talked about them, and they're like, to eliminate that, or man, you know, God forbid you wear a red lip around a man. But, you know, so I agree with that. I'm sure that's 100% true, because people are wild, the stuff they say about makeup. I'm like, you do know I can go home and wash this off, right? Like, and you didn't pay for it. It has no effect on you. Why do you care? Why do you care? Let me know in the comments. Identifying very strongly as cruelty-free is a little overboard. They're especially in denial of the recent changes in China. I don't know about the changes in China. I'm not cruelty-free, but I have mentioned over the years that I'm plant-based. Mostly whole food plant-based, but I will get, from time to time, not often, because the majority of cruelty-free content creators, you know, mind their business, stay in their lane, they don't care what everybody else is doing. But from time to time, I will get comments saying, how can you be plant-based and not cruelty-free? And I'm like, how can you be cruelty-free and not plant-based? For me, eating 3 to 5 times a day is a big in my shampoo, or, you know, my body wash I'm going to buy once every 2 months or so, you know, like, that's just how I feel. And I feel for a lot of people, it's just not everybody, of course, I'm speaking for the select few. It's just a way to pat themselves on the back and say, look what I did. Let's go have steak, you know? So, I think there's a lot of communities, not just the cruelty-free, that are up on a high horse, and they're doing all kinds of shady stuff down here. But up here, we're good, as long as people think we're high and mighty, you know? So, I think that goes for a lot of communities, not just the cruelty-free. Blush and or glitter on the tip of the nose just looks ridiculous. Disagree, 100%. Wear what you like. If it makes you happy, if you try it, you think it looks stupid, don't wear it. But if somebody else likes it, they can like it, right? Again, no effect on you whatsoever. I hate the recent trend of wearing heavy blush, the trend of putting it over your nose. I have a lot of redness all over my face, and for me, it's just impossible to cover. See, I also have redness, I have sun damage, acne scars. So what makeup does for me is I create that flawless look with foundation, and then I put the redness back where I want it. So for me, putting blush on my nose and on my cheeks is because that's curated. That's where I want it. My redness is not cute, and it's splotchy and all over different places, busted capillaries, acne scars. So if I can cover it and then put stuff back where I want it, perfect. I chose that, you know, so, but to each their own. If you don't like it, don't wear it. Morphe isn't that bad. It's better than ColourPop in my opinion. It's not better than ColourPop. I think ColourPop has really, really changed the game for affordable makeup. I do like Morphe and I do use it, but I have really, really cut back. I've only bought one palette in the past couple months. But yeah, I don't think it's horrible. I think the brushes are fine. I think that it's a great way to build your kit using their brushes. But I say if you're going to put something in your kit, definitely go ColourPop because they have better palettes 9 times out of 10 than Morphe for me. And I have a lot of Morphe. I have like 2 drawers full of Morphe. So, I love the Too Faced tacky packaging. At least it's not the same old, same old. I agree. And I am 100% when I say, if it's gaudy, if it's tacky, give it to me. I love it. Beauty gurus who say we're failing as a beauty community. The community is dead. They're really out of touch. I have to agree with that because, you know, you have to think we were in a pandemic and people were at home. So they were shopping for other things, but they were also shopping for makeup, even if they weren't wearing it because we needed something to do, right? But you have to remember that a lot of people have died. A lot of people are very, very sick from the pandemic. So, I mean, people have other things to worry about. A lot of people are working and had to work through an entire recession and they didn't get a day off. So being a beauty creator and putting out content and complaining that you're not making a lot of money when people are literally putting their face to the front line during a pandemic is kind of out of touch. But I can see both sides. Like, I understand that you're used to living a certain way because you were getting so much money, and that's not the viewer's fault. I mean, the viewers are not in charge of your bank account. If you want to live beyond your means, that's not their fault, you know? So I can see it both ways, but I think anybody inherently getting on here and complaining about their job as a beauty creator, when you set your hours and if you overcommit, again, nobody else's fault. Like, also it says these said gurus have 600 to 1,000 new subscribers every month in the past 3 months, from what Reddit's saying. And these said gurus that are complaining have more than 600,000 to 1 million views a month. So to me, that's not failing, especially on YouTube. I think that's amazing and you should be happy, and maybe you're should take some time off. You set your hours, take some time off, regenerate, find your love again for content creating, and come back, like, because it seeps into your content. If you're complaining, if you're feeling desperate, if you're feeling worn out, it comes across and people can feel that, and then they feel like they're burdening you by watching your videos because you're so burnt out and burdened by them, you know, because you're not making money. It's like it's a two-way street. Saying something is dupable or the same but you don't own it, you can't give a true review if you can't feel it and see it. And I agree with that. Like, I couldn't say, I just have this in front of me, I couldn't say that this is the same, like, oh, this new palette coming out is the same as this, if I didn't have this, because I couldn't swatch it, I couldn't see it, I couldn't feel texture, I couldn't see the shimmer and the shine. You know, like, I need them both. I need them side by side. I need to be able to say, look how this one swatches, look how it looks on the eye. Like, I just don't think you can dupe it. Now I can say, there's a new palette coming out, it reminds me of this. If you have it, let me know, but I'm not going to do a full video saying, you don't need that, it's dupable, when I don't know. And that's just my personal opinion, because it's hard to say. There's a lot of things I thought were dupes that I got and they were not dupes. Influencers who rave on and on about good skincare products but have Botox or fillers, I feel like they were lying to their followers, and I agree with that to an extent, because no, Botox and fillers doesn't get rid of acne. It doesn't get rid of, you know, like, it doesn't give you clear skin. However, you can't sell me an eye cream if you've had tear duct, like tear trough filler or whatever, because I'm going to think that plumpness is from that skincare. And you know it's not. And we all know it's not. It's from the filler. And you can't say, oh, this plumping serum got rid of my marionette lines. That was the filler. You can't say, oh, this lip plumper really gave me these full lips. No, that's the 14,000 cc's in my lips, you know? Like, I'm all for Botox and fillers, but just say, hey, I love this product. Yes, I have lip fillers, but it still makes them feel hydrated and soft and smooth. But be honest, you know? I just feel like when you're dishonest about a lip mask, when you're saying it did all this stuff for you and you know good and well it was filler, what else are you gonna lie about? Like, you're gonna lie about a $12 product? Come on, we can do better than that. Almost done. The Amazon storefront feels like the new Shein and Wish. It's cheap junk. I don't trust anyone who pushes Amazon links on every video and post. I feel like Amazon is essentially Wish. I mean, it's all coming from the same place. And I like Amazon. I have Amazon Prime, but I just try not to buy there unless it's like garbage bags or something. But I don't have anything on like auto refill. I don't buy makeup off of there. First of all, Amazon has third-party sellers. So I could have found these in a box on the side of the street, put them in my garage, waited a couple of years, no telling what's happening in the garage. Rats, you know, whatever's living out there. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be an Amazon seller. I got some shit in my garage to sell. And you can sell it on Amazon. Be careful what you buy. That's why, like, when you buy, people were like, I bought Olaplex. It's garbage. It didn't work. What, you got it off Amazon? From a third-party seller? Baby, that's dish shampoo. Like, that's laundry detergent. That's not Olaplex. Because you can put anything you want to in there. And I like Shein. I never bought a Wish. Or not in a long time. I can't remember if I ever did. And sometimes Amazon. But they all have their, you know, their things. So it says gurus don't like makeup. They like shopping to appear rich and luxurious and flaunt their money by buying anything luxury, including makeup, when they don't really wear it or like it. I think that's true for a lot of things though. Like, if you're already buying like Gucci bags and you're already buying all this luxury clothes and home stuff and you have a fancy house and cars, you're going to probably buy the luxury makeup because you've got a persona, or just not even persona, that's just your style. That's just who you are. So you're going to buy the luxury makeup. But I think it goes for a lot of us. We're just bored and we shop. It's not necessarily like they're trying to be something that they're not. Some of them probably don't like makeup inherently. Number one, they have other interests, but they do wear makeup. So they're like, let me just show my Chanel that I bought. And I bought the entire collection because that's just what I like. It's a brand. It's just a brand that I know and I, you know, trust. And I already have 16 purses from them. So let me just buy the makeup. But I think we are all guilty of buying because we're bored. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're fashion or stylists, or that we're home decorators, or that we're anything. We shop because we're bored. We shop because we have too much money and then we have sense. I mean, check out the Dollar Trees. People are going to a Dollar Tree haul a day. Dollar General haul, Target haul, QVC haul, CVS haul, Walgreens haul, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, haul a day, haul every day. It's just, we're shopping. That's just, as a society, we have gone overboard. And you can check back on my channel, and I'm calling myself on my own shit. I had weeks where that's all my videos ever were hauls. So we're just, I think inherently we're bored and we're shopping. So I don't think it's necessarily that they don't know anything about makeup. I think that they don't care to know about other brands. They like what they like, and that's awesome. And people who don't like luxury and they like to buy at Walmart, or they like what they buy at Dollar Tree and it works for them and they don't care to know about, awesome. I think people are inherently good. They don't have ill intent. It's just who they are. They just like what they like, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they don't even think anything about it. Usually if you're living a certain lifestyle your entire life or several years, you don't think about how people would perceive that, you know? So that's just my assumption. So that was my my take on unpopular opinions. You let me know what you think, if you agree, disagree on anything. And again, this was all just in fun and jest and my take on it. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching Vlogmas, and don't miss tomorrow. There'll be a new video.